Yes, people, welcome back to Magpie Channel TV. Very quick video today for a very important transfer update. I'm here on a little UK 2 hours in Manchester yesterday, been in tonight, back home in a couple of days. Obviously back in tune on Thursday for the Shea Giving Q&A. But I'll jump out the hotel quickly before we go for a couple of beers and bring you this breaking transfer news that is from Luke Edwards at the Telegraph regarding Marc Guehi to Newcastle United. Talks are ongoing very nicely and we are close to finalising a deal to sign the England international. Get in there, everything's going nicely. We all worried that. Came out the other day, Newcastle obviously have identified Guehi. We have opened negotiations with Palace. However, that then sets people off thinking, oh well, another club's going to come in for him now. And I keep on seeing people in the comments, that means Chelsea's going to come in for him then. It doesn't mean Chelsea's going to come in for him, because he used to play for Chelsea. He was actually Chelsea's Youth Player of the Year a few years ago. Newcastle on the verge of signing 3 ex-Chelsea Young Players of the Year, because we've already had Lewis Hall, he won the award, Tino Livramento, and now Marc Guehi. All the talent that Chelsea let go. Doesn't matter, does it? Because constantly yelling up, splashing the cash. But it's people were saying just yesterday, that Liverpool were going to come in and hijack Newcastle's bid for Marc Guehi. Apparently that's not the case. Nobody else of yet has came up with a concrete offer or negotiations. So Newcastle are steamrolling through the process, and they want this deal done, and it could and should be done before the weekend. How amazing would that be? That's what the Telegraph is reporting, that it could be done before this weekend. Imagine that, Sela Cup this weekend, Marc Guehi parade on the pitch as Newcastle's brand new, shiny, marquee summer signing. Better not be the last one, mind. I still want my fancy right winger. But if Guehi's the start, that is absolutely unbelievable. And the fee is going to be over £60 million. Over 60 million quid for Guehi is what we're paying for that centre-back. And well done, Paul Mitchell, if he's the one that ends up getting the deal over there, because he's the one that is deep in discussions with Palace. Obviously, it's his bloody job, should be. But obviously, it'll be a great first move for him. And apparently, Guehi wants this. Guehi is pushing for this move. He is desperate to sign for Newcastle United. He's very impressed by Newcastle's ambitious project, and he wants to join the Tyneside club, which is exactly what we want to hear. Newcastle aren't wasting time. They don't want to have that opportunity of another club to try and swoosh in and offer Guehi more money or whatever it may be. So Newcastle are working very hard to get this deal done, and I am very excited at the prospect of this signing. It is an unbelievable move for the Mags if we can get this done. It really is. Honestly, the thought of Lewis Hall left back, Guehi, Botman, and Tino Livramento as right back. That back four is outrageous, man. 3 out of the 4 England back lines for me in the future. Shouldn't even be in the future, should be now, present. But I tell you what, obviously Guehi was the shining star of the Euros, arguably England's best player. He really staked his claim there after obviously having an unreal season at Palace. He was one of the best defenders in the Premier League last year. Now he's doing it at the Euros on a big international stage. Hopefully be doing it very soon in a black and white shirt. So that's the latest. Listen, Guehi is close. Newcastle are close to signing Marc Guehi from Palace. They're optimistic of getting the deal done before the weekend, and it is going to be a £60 million plus deal. Unreal stuff. It'll obviously be a big contract for him. Listen, he's only 24. He's signing a long-term deal. So it's a very exciting signing for Newcastle. It sorts out our back line. We know obviously Fabian Schär's quality. He had a great season last year, even though he obviously is touching mid-30s now. But we do need to strengthen there. We need better squad depth. We know that. And listen, it's not all by means done this. Like I said, we're crying out for right winger. Obviously, we're still waiting for Sela to be announced. They said that his medical was getting done today. Fabrizio Romano put a report out this morning saying that Sela was in Newcastle. And he said that like 7 a.m. We've still heard nothing from local journalists or from the club on that, but Sela is meant to be on the verge of completing his move to Newcastle in a 10 million plus 5 million add-ons. The young striker from Sheffield United, he's meant to be coming in. We're waiting for that one to be announced by the club. But again, that's a bit of better strength and depth. Listen, he's coming now, back the lad, and we need it. We're watching the Japan games of the day in Tokyo. You're seeing the lack of strength and depth. Isaac went down with a shoulder injury. Ben Parkinson comes on. Do you know what I mean? There's no one else really available. So Sela will at least add some strength and depth. Another option, decent option, young, powerful, pacey striker with a lot to learn. He's raw, but bags of potential hopefully. So he should be coming in very soon. But if Marc Guehi can join him and them two are there for the Sela Cup this weekend, that'll be unbelievable. I did more on Marc Guehi in a video the other day, so check that out, and obviously we'll talk about it more when he hopefully officially signs. And just quickly on that Sela Cup stuff, because I've seen people asking me and people talking about it online. I think there's a lot of fear-mongering going on and people putting out rubbish reports and rubbish content on the Sela Cup, saying, oh, the game's going to be cancelled on Saturday, it could be cancelled. It's not going to be cancelled. It's not going to be cancelled at all. Obviously, the planned protest on Saturday in Newcastle. Obviously, the same game as Newcastle v Brest, the same time, 1 p.m, as AC Milan women v Newcastle women, and then Newcastle men's play at 4 on the Saturday. Listen, the protest might go ahead, probably will, but it's not going to stop Newcastle putting on the game. They're not going to cancel it because a few hundred people are protesting. They're not. There's still tens of thousands of more fans going to the game. Let's be extra policing. I've got no doubt at all that game will go ahead on Saturday. So, and listen, the club haven't put anything out. They're not even commenting on it because there's no need to comment. There's nothing to comment on. You know, there's been protests when games have been on before, and plenty of people have been in town before. We'll be alright, man. I'm sure the game will go ahead this weekend, so don't believe any of that until, obviously, unless the club or the police or someone put it out there. But these teams are already flying over here. The friendly's already been arranged. Yes, they could do it behind closed doors. There's no need for that. I don't think it would get that bad. You know, I really don't. So don't believe that sort of stuff. That's a load of crap for me. I think the game will go ahead. No problem at all. Just keep an eye on what Newcastle United put out. If they do, we'll do a video on it. Very much that highly doubt that'll be the case. I would say that the game will go ahead on Saturday. Don't worry about that, folks. But hopefully Marc Guehi will be there, and what a signing that would be. What a centre-back signing that would be. Remember, this is just the Telegraph here reporting this, so it's nothing official yet, of course. It's Romano has backed it up. Fabrizio Romano has also reiterated that fact, and he said he knows Newcastle are deep in successful negotiations with Crystal Palace, because Palace might have thought they could push Newcastle away a little bit or tempt Guehi to sign a new contract. Guehi doesn't sign a new contract. He wants to move, wants to test himself somewhere else now. Anthony Gordon's been telling him how great Newcastle is. They are best mates. They were best mates in the Euro camp there at Germany. So they get along really well. He's bigged up the city, the club. Obviously, Guehi's already bigged up St James Park and the fan base, saying it's the best stadium he's ever played in, the best fans he's ever played in front of. So that's obviously positive. He wants to move. He wants to play under Eddie Howe, and he wants to get back to the top 4 Champions League mags like it was last year. Yeah. So he wants it. He's getting it. Because Palace are getting what they want. Palace have also asked for 60 to 65 million. People might have thought Newcastle might have bowed under a bit at that, might have tried to get him for 45, 50, whatnot. They just went, right, fair value, you know? And it is in this day and age. It is. I find it bizarre. Some people are saying, oh, that's a bit pricey. It's not. Like Branthwaite, Man U, they wanted 80 million for him. He's had one good season. Guehi's Palace's captain. Guehi was starting at the Euros. Guehi's Premier League proven. And he's got the best years ahead of him. He can play on the left side, the right side. He's very comfortable with his feet. He's great composure. He's strong. He's everything. He's a complete defender, and he'll be solid for Newcastle for the next decade, nearly. Do you know what I mean? So it's a huge, huge statement signing for Newcastle. It's waking everyone up again. It's showing that we do have intent, that we do still have some money, thankfully, and we do have ambition, because this is another big move for the first one in the last couple of windows, really, isn't it? You know, getting someone of the calibre of a Marc Guehi in. It's amazing. It's brilliant. Let's hope it happens, people. Newcastle closing in on the deal to sign Guehi from Palace, and a fee believed to be over £60 million. Let me know in the comments below, people, what you make of the Guehi signing. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy yourselves.